Northern red oak is one of your good acorn producers. They're all good acorns, I guess. Northern red. Northern red oak has a higher tannin content than some of the others, but that's not a problem if you eliminate it. We'll talk about that next. Acorns are a really good food you can build a culture on. They have carbs, they have fats, and they have proteins. And the mix depends on the species, but some of them are real high in carbs and other ones are much more protein and oil than you might expect. And you need to look up the specifics of your variety because there's so many varieties of acorns. When I lived in California, the northern and central parts of California had a lot of native groups at European contact. They had really big populations and no agriculture. Some of them grew tobacco. Most of them didn't raise anything. They didn't have to. They have 7 major varieties of oak. So when you have 7, you don't have crop failures. Oaks don't really put on every year. Some do every other year, some do every 3rd year. But when you have 7, it's just not going to line up and give you a complete crop failure. I mean, if it does, it's like the disaster of the century, or maybe 4 or 5 centuries. So there are acorns out there. Many of them are low in tannin, and they're physically quite large. They got these ones that are like maybe that long and maybe that big around, but they're very oblong, very long, really cool looking. That I think is the valley oak is the one that's the longest. But how do you get rid of tannin? Tannin has a couple of things that make it removable. Number one is it's water soluble. To get something that's water soluble out of acorns, well, you need water. But the more complex version of that answer is you want to take them and you want to peel the hulls off, of course, because they're waterproof. Anything with a hole in it's ruined because there's a grub in it. Now you can eat the grub, but the grub's full of tannin now too, so that's not so good, right? So an easy way to do them is to put them, just look for holes, and if there's a hole, throw it out. If you've got a bunch of acorns that you painstakingly dried for a couple of months, and you got a lot of them that are bad, it seems like a waste just to throw them out, you know? So you burn them. Acorns are probably the least flammable, but they're plenty good. Any nut that you're not going to eat, that also includes the nut shells, is tremendous fuel. It's greasy, it burns hot. You could damn near forge out of hickory nuts, I think. In fact, that's an experiment. So nut hulls and waste nuts, real high fuel value for fire, almost like burning coal. You peel the nuts, you smash them up. You break them down pretty good. You don't have to turn them into meal, but you want to chunk them up. Maybe each nut should be maybe 8 or 10 pieces as a rule of thumb to expose surface area. And then you introduce water. The way the natives did it, they had 2 ways. They had these really nice fine baskets, and when I say fine, I mean the weave was very fine, almost about like burlap cloth. And they would put these nut meats into the basket and stick it in a running stream. Let the water run through it, and the way they knew it was done is they would taste them every few days, and when they tasted good, they were done. The other way, if you don't have the right situation, is you find a sandy spot and you scrape a shallow dished out area, about like where a turkey would outdust themselves in. You throw some grass, if you want, down on the sand. You pile up your acorns and you start boiling water, and you pour boiling water over them. That goes faster. It's more effort, takes fuel, but you'll get finished acorns in about 24 hours if you're busy working hard at it. You got to keep pots of water coming. You know, every few minutes pour another thing, and of course the water runs through the sand. You don't have a mud hole. The running it in a stream takes 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So it's something that you need to think about in terms of an ongoing project. If you boil the acorns in a container and keep pouring the water out, if you do it with metal containers, so you do this at camp or at home, the first boiling water that you pour off is going to be quite dark. I advise you to pour this into containers and save the first water off your acorns and save it. We'll come back to that in a minute. So you boil your acorns, pour the water out, you keep changing them. You're not supposed to put cold water on them because you can lock the tannin in, keep it from going out. So you're supposed to already have the water pre-hot when you pour it on to reboil it. So I guess what you could best do is just to have the container of water boiling and then pour the acorns that you just drained back into that water. Keep this happening if you, again, about 24 hours of boiling time. If you've got to quit, you can quit. You don't have to do it all at once, but it's going to take about 24 hours ballpark to get it done. If you want to go faster, you can mix wood ash and make an alkaline solution, like you do for making hominy. It goes quicker. If you want to really go quick, you take a whole bunch of unflavored gelatin and put in there. Because what the tannin does, besides being hard on your stomach and constipate you and all kinds of other stuff, is it strips protein. Proteins bind to tannin. If you put gelatin in your acorns and then rinse them, as the gelatin forms from a powder to being jello, it sucks protein out of the nuts, and it gets the acid. Or I shouldn't say, the nuts suck protein out of the gelatin, and they get rid of some of their tannins that way. So you can add gelatin and have it done pretty quick, and you can do small lots like in a blender at your home and do it that way. I've never done it. I've seen it done. I've talked to people that have done it. I've watched it happen. I haven't messed with it because normally I just boil it and I don't worry too much about it. I have boiled with ash. That does go quicker, goes quite a bit quicker, and you just rinse it. Your last couple of water changes you don't add ash to. That's it. That's the deal. Now when you're done, you have this mound of wet stuff, like a coarse meal, and it's going to drip water. If you put it in a sack made out of like an old t-shirt, it's like cheese making, where you let it drip. You could do that and get most of the water out. You can then toast it, dry it in an oven, and then repowder it to make a finer meal, or just keep it as it is. When it's coarse, its best use to me is as an additive to other kinds of flour that has gluten in it, or as a hot cereal. It's good. If you get all the tannin out, it tastes oily and a little sweet and a little nutty. It's good. If you make bread with just enough wheat flour to bind it, it has the texture and the weight of zucchini bread. Okay. Acorn cookies, pretty good. Now, if you're looking for something real sweet, they're not real sweet. I mean, you can add sugar if you want to do something silly, but just as they are, they're pretty damn good. And acorn cookies made with just acorns are pretty crumbly, but you can do them on hot rocks, and they're perfectly good. You can add them to soups. Anything that you would do something of that texture. When they're wet, you can freeze them. You don't have to dry them. You can freeze them up, or you can cook them immediately. But a sack, like Ziploc bags in the freezer, you know, you put a pound or two in each bag. You can keep them that way. And again, dried, they last pretty good. But like anything else that's high in fats, they don't last forever. Acorns, I don't think 2-year-old acorns, processed or not, are going to be that great. I've had 2-year-old ones, but they were processed after 2 years. So they stayed in their shells, sealed up from most of the oxygen. If you process them, they don't last very long. They don't last days, they last maybe a few months, but you'll want to get on them. Of course, in the freezer, that helps immensely.
Have you ever tried to freeze dry them?
I have not, but I would imagine it would work like a charm. You know, I haven't done it, but yeah, sure.
You can put them in. They have real high fat content?
You could put them in pemmican.
Yeah.
Say again?
They have real high fat content?
They have a fat content that's pretty high for vegetable food.
Yeah.
Now, what's the percent? It depends on the acorn, but a lot of them are between 3 and 13%. That doesn't sound like much. 13% fat's a lot. So,
That's similar to other nuts.
yeah, it's similar to the nuts. It's less oily than many nuts.
So you
But-
couldn't make like a nut butter out of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, you
Well,
could.
wait.
I don't know about a nut butter.
I don't know that there's enough fat
Sure.
because of all the protein or all the carbs in it.
Sure.
But you could certainly add it with something else.
Yeah.
I like them. I like them as a hot cereal. And that's the simplest thing. Is you've got the big wet mound, just throw it in there, heat it up again, and have at it. Cornmeal.
The Indians in Anishinaabe could mix acorn powder with cornmeal.
Yeah.
And maple syrup and boil that.
Yeah.
Delicious. We put it in pemmican.
Yeah.
What's pemmican?
Powdered dry meat and grease.
Lard, jerky, salt, and then either dried fruits, honey, salt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You could add.